Shaya or Mayan tree spinach. You just plug it in the ground, it grows easily. Now, because it grows easily, it's in abundance. You walk around the farm, you have it everywhere. This is a big one because, like I planted this one, I did it with a group maybe 6 months ago, and now it's just like boom, you know, it's everywhere. So abundance means non-exclusivity of food. If you're rich, you have pizza, and everyone wants pizza. I also like pizza, you know. It's like a symbol of success. Oh, we had pizza tonight, you know. But actually, only rich can have pizza. Poor can't have pizza. They want to have pizza, but they can't afford it. But this such a thing like this tree spinach, because it grows everywhere and it's in abundance, it's non-exclusive. So non-exclusivity is a beautiful virtue of local foods. Another characteristic of local food, which I think I already mentioned, was very high medicinal and nutritional value. Here you can see, like in Tamil Nadu we say unuvu maranda, food is medicine. And this isn't just a farm, this is a pharmacy. Anything you can imagine, from dopamine, cancer, your liver, skin, what you want, you know, everything is there in this farm. It is literally a pharmacy. Another characteristic of local food is that there's no carbon footprint. You go outside your house, you pick what you want, you cook it, and you eat it, you know. And I think that in this day and age where you look at a plate, you know, especially in America and England and you know, more Western countries, you see, oh, that food was grown in that country, it flew to that country, and it was processed, and it flew back to another country. We've got thousands and thousands of kilometers of food miles on our plate, you know. So that's called the ecological cost. Now, in Tamil Nadu, we also have that problem. For example, if you, who is a Tamilian here? Ninga Tamila. So you see, you ask these guys, Chennai. So you go and ask these guys to ask their grandmothers, you know, Granny, when you were a small girl, did you eat potatoes? They'll tell them, no, I didn't have potatoes. They'll say, why? Because potatoes don't grow here. So then you say, well, Granny, how is it that everybody has potatoes, like every single household? Well, it's because that's a product of industrialized agriculture, and they come from quite far away, at least from Uti or Kodaikanal they come, which is a good night's journey in a lorry. So if you want to sell potatoes and make a lot of money, then the first thing you have to do is build a lorry. So you think it out. What does it mean to build a lorry? You need factories for the metals. There's factories for the tires. There's factories for the, I don't know, the rubber, the glass, the plastic, the electronics. And then you have the paint. You know, you have the engine, you have the factories for the pipelines, for the petroleum, you have an oil rig, a tanker, you have, you know, the nuclear power station. You have literally thousands of kilometers of factories. So you can build a lorry, then we'll sit in Oroville and we'll eat finger chips. Again, I'm not trying to be some sort of, you know, stand on a pedestal. I also like finger chips, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But we eat those things, and then we talk about permaculture and you know solar panels and pranayama and stuff like that. But we don't know anymore what the original foods were. Go back to their grannies and you ask them, well, if you didn't have potatoes, what did you have? And they'll tell you, well, we used to eat pidikerne. It's a type of root. And we used to eat vettali velikarange, air potato, and we used to eat karnakerange and seppankerange, taro and elephant foot yam. And we used to eat also palm root, and so many other roots were there. So there was a whole culture of roots. Now, anyone doing C++ in Chennai, they don't know any of that stuff anymore. So the industrialization of our world that starts with the education system to become a good little boy and study hard and get a good job and buy a car, all of that equates to an erosion of a cultural identity. So when we go to the next generation, you know, I'm not trying to put these guys on a spotlight on them. We're all examples of that, you know. But then you ask their kids, you know, what is a substitute of potatoes? They really don't know, and their kids, they really don't know. So there's an erosion of cultural identity, and that's what we're looking at Solitude Farm. The subject is nothing to do with organic farming. This subject is called cultural redemption. It's a reclamation of cultural identity through understanding the foods that grow around us. And you have so many countries which have been, you know, disenfranchised from that through colonialism, through, you know, industrialization, through corporatization, whatever, you know. But any indigenous culture had a relationship to the land. They knew what grew around them. Otherwise, they didn't have a language, they didn't have a dance, they didn't have poetry, they didn't have a culture. And that's what we're trying to reclaim. Okay, we can walk this way a little bit.